Imagine you are standing in a quiet room with no windows, humming with cold air and low mechanical noise. Rows of dark cabinets glow with tiny lights. There are no flashy touch screens, no excited influencers, no viral hype. Yet if someone were to pull the wrong cable in this room, salaries in several countries might not arrive, airplanes could not board passengers, cards would stop working at supermarket registers, and governments would scramble. This strange, invisible heart of the global economy is where IBM Z mainframes live. Now here is the curious twist. Even if you are unemployed, underemployed, or living on Social Security and just trying to start a tiny side venture, you can steal thinking patterns from these giants. IBM Z mainframes are not just machines. They are a mindset about reliability, responsibility, and building things that people can depend on when it really matters. Part 1 Introduction. Purpose and Audience. This training story is for people who want to ideate new products or services in a practical, low-risk way. Entrepreneurs at the very beginning, the unemployed and underemployed, people on Social Security who want to create modest, steady income streams. We will use IBM Z mainframes as our main example. You are not expected to build a mainframe. The point is to borrow the principles that make IBM Z so trusted and apply them at human scale. How to choose problems worth solving. How to design for the worst day, not just the pretty demonstration. How to respect what people already rely on, while still adding innovation. We will compare IBM Z mainframes with other computing models and companies, then extract 8 principles for idea generation. In this first part, we will cover the first 3 principles in depth. Section 1, IBM Z mainframes. What they are and why they matter. What IBM Z mainframes are. IBM Z mainframes are large, high-end computer systems built by IBM to run the most critical workloads of banks, governments, airlines, insurers, and big enterprises. When you swipe a card at a store, receive pay into your account, check in for a flight, file certain government forms, there is a good chance an IBM Z mainframe somewhere is involved in the background. These systems are designed for 3 things above all: extreme reliability and availability, massive secure transaction processing, the ability to run old and new applications side by side. Unlike ordinary servers or laptops, IBM Z mainframes are engineered like airplanes or power stations. They have redundant components, rigorous error checking, and the ability to keep running even when individual parts fail. They can host multiple virtual systems and handle huge spikes in activity without collapsing. In short, they are the world's quiet, professional workhorses for jobs that simply cannot fail. Why IBM Z mainframes are important. For product ideation, several aspects of IBM Z matter far beyond computing. First, they prove that invisible value can be huge. No one shows off a mainframe at a party. End users rarely see or touch it. Yet IBM Z systems sit underneath multi-trillion-dollar flows of money and data. This reminds us that not every successful idea has to be visible or glamorous. Tools that run quietly in the background, making others look good, can be extremely valuable. Second, they show reliability as a differentiator. Many consumer products chase new features and flashy design. IBM Z competes on something else. This must not go down. That requires a different mindset from the start. For small ventures, there are niches where customers do not care about extra features, but deeply care that the solution is always there and always works. Third, they demonstrate respect for legacy banks and governments have code running from decades ago. IBM Z systems are built to keep that old software alive, while supporting new languages, interfaces, and analytics. This is a lesson in honoring what people already use and trust, even as you build new layers on top. Fourth, they embody design for extremes. IBM Z is built for the worst days, holiday shopping peaks, settlement runs, big reporting deadlines, security threats. Designing for extremes, not just averages, is a principle you can apply to a street stall, a local service, or an online tool. Comparing IBM Z mainframes with other models and companies versus commodity servers and public cloud. Commodity servers and cloud instances are cheap and flexible. You can spin them up and down quickly. They are excellent for experimentation and many standard workloads. They are like scooters, plentiful, flexible, sometimes disposable. IBM Z mainframes are like carefully engineered trains. They are built for long routes, heavy loads, and strict schedules. You do not rent one for a few hours. You commit to it for critical journeys. Hickaway for you. Ask whether your idea should be more like a scooter rental or a reliable bus route. Both are needed, but they require different design choices. Versus agile startups. Many startups live by move fast and break things. They ship early, pivot often, and accept some instability. IBM Z, in contrast, moves more slowly but with deep consideration and strong guarantees. Takeaway. Some problems reward speed, others punish instability. For people in precarious financial situations, solutions that do not break are often more valuable than those that are exciting but flaky. Versus consumer device makers, phone and laptop makers, design with frequent upgrades in mind. Devices are replaced every few years. IBM Z mainframes are designed for much longer life cycles, with modular upgrades and backward compatibility. Takeaway. If your community has limited means, design for durability and long support. Longevity can be a selling point. Transition to ideation principles. From IBM Z mainframes and these comparisons, we can extract 8 principles for idea generation that work even at very small scales. In this first part, we cover 3 foundational ones. Start with mission-critical problems, not shiny features. Design for the worst day, not the best demo. Honor legacy by layering in new value. Each principle comes with common mistakes and lessons you can apply right away. Principle 1. Start with mission-critical problems, not shiny features. Explanation. IBM Z mainframes focus on workloads where failure is unacceptable. Payment processing, core banking, airline reservation systems, identity registries. If these go wrong, people cannot get paid, travel, or access services. These are mission-critical. At your scale, mission-critical does not mean national banking. It means tasks in people's lives where failure hurts badly. Rent not paid on time. Medicine or benefits missed. Important forms filled incorrectly. Food spoiled due to simple mistakes. Debt repayments forgotten, causing costly penalties. Shiny features are things that are nice to have. Mission-critical features are things people feel they must have to avoid pain, risk, or loss. If you build around mission-critical jobs, customers care more, forgive fewer competitors' mistakes, and are willing to stay with you if you are reliable. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake. Chasing glamorous but low-stakes problems. Builders often focus on what looks impressive on social media. Cosmetic app tweaks, novelty gadgets, or entertainment add-ins. These may gain attention, but are easy to abandon when money is tight. Second mistake. Confusing their own obsession with user priorities. A founder might obsess about perfect design or complex analytics, while their users mainly care that a bill gets paid on time or that a message goes through. This mismatch leads to wasted effort. Third mistake. avoiding severe problems because they seem too heavy. Some small entrepreneurs avoid mission-critical areas like bills, documents, or health reminders because they feel these require big companies. Yet there are tiny, local, very practical services in these areas that large firms overlook. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Talk to people about their worst-case fears, not their ideal wishes. Ask questions like, what would be a disaster if it went wrong this month? What are you most afraid of forgetting or messing up? Listen for patterns. Rent, medicine, school forms, appointments. Those are your mission-critical candidates. Lesson 2. Aim to become the person or service that never drops X. For instance, the neighbor who always submits forms correctly. The local person who always manages transport on time. The WhatsApp group that always reminds people of key dates. That is your small-scale IBM Z role. Lesson 3. Do not be afraid of serious problems, just narrow the scope. You are not solving all of healthcare. You might be solving reminding elders on this block of their clinic dates, or making sure 3 neighbors' rent transfers happen on the right day. Narrow scope, high importance. That is mission critical at human scale. Principle 2. To design for the worst day, not the best demo explanation. IBM Z systems are designed on the assumption that bad things will happen. Hardware components will fail, spikes in traffic will exceed normal levels, attacks will occur. Rather than hoping for smooth sailing, the architecture expects storms. Most small products and services are designed and tested on their best day. Builder is calm, well-rested, has good internet, user is curious, not desperate. Environment is quiet and cooperative. But your real user might be tired from work, have low battery and weak signal, be stressed about money or health, be interrupted multiple times. If your idea only works in demo mode, it will break where it matters most. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake. Testing only under ideal conditions. Entrepreneurs run through the process themselves at noon on a weekday with strong connectivity and plenty of patience, then assume customers will have the same experience. Second mistake. Ignoring error handling and recovery. What happens if a payment fails, a message is not delivered, or an appointment is missed? Many services have no clear recovery path. Users are left in limbo. Third mistake. Failing to give users a safe fallback. Sometimes tech services do not offer clear ways for users to check status, reach a human, or use a manual method when the digital one fails. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Simulate bad day scenarios. Deliberate practice. Trying your own service with your phone at low battery. Going through the process while holding a bag or caring for a child. Using it in a noisy environment or on a slow connection. Note where you get stuck. Fix those points. Lesson 2. Write down what happens when things go wrong. For each key step, ask, if this fails, then what? For example, if payment does not go through, I will message the person within a set time, explain, and offer options. If I cannot make a visit, I will notify her and reschedule, not simply vanish. Even a simple one-line fallback plan per step dramatically increases resilience. Lesson 3. Always provide at least one low-tech backup path. IBM Z has redundancy. You can have a paper notebook copy of important records, second phone number or simple message channel, a handwritten receipt system alongside digital confirmations. People feel safer knowing there is a backup. For the methods at the Principle 3. Honor legacy while layering in new value explanation. IBM Z mainframes are famous for supporting old code and applications. Banks and governments do not want to rewrite everything from scratch every few years. IBM responds by building systems that can run decades-old workloads while adding new capabilities like cloud integration and advanced analytics. This is a mindset, change with respect. Instead of insulting the old ways, you ask, what already works well enough that people trust it, and where can I make it safer, faster, or easier, without ripping it out? In many communities, especially where money is tight, people rely on paper notebooks for tracking debts or sales, simple SMS or calls for coordination, traditional shops with face-to-face relationships, government offices that still run on forms and stamps. You might be tempted to say, all of this is broken. We need an app for everything. But if you try to force people to abandon systems they deeply understand, you will meet silent resistance. Common mistakes companies make: first mistake, being a destroyer instead of an improver. Startups sometimes promote themselves as disruptors that will kill old ways. But your users are inside those old ways. They are not excited to be told their practices are stupid. Second mistake, designing tools that cannot read or write to the current system. If your solution does not connect to the systems people already use, they have to do double work. For example, keeping both a paper ledger and the separate app with no integration. Third mistake, underestimating trust embedded in old tools. That notebook with years of scribbles is not just paper, it is history and proof. A handshake with a shopkeeper is not just a transaction, it is accumulated trust. If your new tool does not support that trust, it will be rejected. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Start by understanding and respecting existing workflows. Ask people to show you how they currently handle a problem. Watch how they use notebooks, phone calls, forms, or cash. Ask what they like about their way, not just what they hate. Lesson 2. Design additions that sit gently on top of what already exists. Examples: printed stickers that help structure notes in the current notebook, a simple SMS reminder service that reflects what is already in the paper record, basic digital backups of key pages taken as photos and stored neatly. Like IBM Z, your role is to host the old application while layering in new benefits. Lesson 3. Plan gradual, optional adoption of newer layers. Do not force a full switch. Let users adopt your extra layer step by step. As they see value and stability, they may choose to rely more on the new system. If not, you are still helping by making their old system work better. Comparisons with other companies. Many app-only startups ignore legacy and target only young, tech-comfortable users. IBM Z thrives by doing the opposite. It serves conservative, highly regulated, legacy-heavy industries by respecting what they already run. At the small scale, this might mean honoring cash users while offering optional digital receipts, honoring paper forms while offering simple prep sessions, honoring neighborhood shop trust while offering structured group purchasing. You are not trying to erase the past, you are trying to relieve its pain points. Closing of Part 1 and what comes next. In this first part, we have let IBM Z mainframes teach us 3 deep, but practical, idea generation principles. Start with mission-critical problems, not shiny features. Design for the worst day, not the best demo. Honor legacy while layering in new value. For entrepreneurs, unemployed or underemployed people, and those on Social Security, these principles steer you toward solving problems people truly lose sleep over, building small systems that do not fall apart under common stress, and working with, not against, the tools and habits your community already trusts. In Part 2, we will explore the next 3 principles drawn from the IBM Z world. Thinking like shared infrastructure, not like a one-off gadget, making security and trust central features, not afterthoughts. Building for long-term relationships instead of one-time hits. We will keep comparing the mainframe mindset to cloud startups, consumer apps, and local services, so you can see concrete patterns and avoid common traps. If this story is helping you see how even giant, invisible machines can inspire small, winnable ideas, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you do not miss part 2 and the simple checklists and templates that will come with it. Part 2 bridge from part 1. So far, IBM Z mainframes have helped us uncover 3 grounded principles for ideating products and services. Start with mission-critical problems, not shiny features. Design for the worst day, not the best demo on our legacy, while layering in new value. Those 3 already separate toys from tools. Now we add 3 more principles that come directly from how IBM Z is positioned and used in the real world. Think in terms of shared infrastructure, not one-off gadgets. Treat security and trust as core features, not atoms. Build for long-term relationships, not one-time wins. Each principle can be applied even if you are just one person with a notebook, a phone, and a small circle of potential customers. Principle 4. Think in terms of shared infrastructure, not one-off gadgets. Explanation. IBM Z is not a personal computer. It is shared infrastructure. A single IBM Z mainframe can run dozens or hundreds of different applications, serve many departments, sometimes many organizations, process transactions for millions of people who never see it. That is like a railway line that moves countless passengers and goods day after day. The cost of building and running it is spread across many users. This shared infrastructure mindset has 3 big parts. Build something solid once. Let many people or services ride on it. Spread costs and benefits across the group. At small scale, this could look like one regular delivery route you use to serve several households and local sellers. Instead of each person doing separate trips, one shared WhatsApp or SMS system that many neighbors use to get reminders about bills, clinics, or community events. One community tool library or repair station that everyone can borrow from for a modest fee. You are still tiny compared with IBM, but the logic is the same. One dependable system, many beneficiaries. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake: solving every problem with a new gadget. Some founders want a separate app, page, or product for every little need. This leads to a pile of fragile tools that are each underused. Second mistake: ignoring patterns of shared movement. People already move in patterns. Parents to schools, workers to bus stops, elders to clinics, traders to markets. Businesses that ignore these shared routes miss cheap ways to serve many people at once. Third mistake: designing systems that others cannot plug into. If your solution is closed and cannot be extended, others have no way to build on it. Think of a locked garden instead of an open marketplace. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Watch how people cluster their activities. Observe where people errands overlap. Many parents going to the same school at similar times, neighbors all using the same mini bus route. People queuing at the same payment office. Ask, is there a simple service I could run along that shared path that benefits several at once? Lesson 2. Design, rails, others can ride on. A few examples. You organize a weekly market to neighborhood delivery run, and small vendors pay a small fee to send goods to your neighborhood customers on your route. You maintain a shared online calendar or bulletin board for local events and services, and local groups publish on it under basic rules you enforce. In both cases, you are more like IBM Z, One steady system that others depend on. Lesson 3. Think explicitly about cost sharing. Many people cannot afford top-tier solutions alone, but they can if they share. A shared debt plan, managed responsibly, group purchase of staples like rice, detergent, or fuel. A jointly funded emergency taxi fund for elders. Management fee for your role in running that shared infrastructure. Comparison with other companies, cloud providers like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud are infrastructure as a service. One big system many pay small amounts to use. Co-working spaces and shared kitchens are physical equivalents. As someone unemployed, underemployed, or on social security, you are close to communities where shared infrastructure is powerful because it stretches limited resources. That closeness can be your competitive advantage. Principle 5. Treat security and trust as core features, not add an explanation. IBM Z is known for security. These machines are built to protect bank balances, identity records, government data, confidential transactions. Security is not a sticker on the box. It is woven into hardware design, operating systems, encryption engines, access controls, and audit trails. For small ventures, security translates into how you handle other people's money, protect their personal information, respect their dignity and privacy, avoid putting them at unnecessary risk. In many communities, especially where people have been scammed or humiliated, trust and safety are the biggest barriers to using any new service. This is even more true for people living with limited income who cannot afford to lose what little they have. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake. Thinking trust is mainly about branding. You can put words like trusted or secure in your logo all day. If your behavior does not match, customers will quickly see through it. Second mistake. Collecting more sensitive data than needed. Some small apps or services ask for full names, addresses, national IDs, photos, or passwords when they only need a phone number and a nickname. This creates risk for the user and for you without adding real value. Third mistake. Handling money informally with no clear records. If you collect payments, hold cash for others, or run savings or loan schemes without disciplined record keeping, misunderstandings and accusations are almost guaranteed over time. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Collect the minimum necessary information. Ask yourself, do I really need a full name or is a first name enough? Do I really need this 499 number or just a phone for contact? Will I store this safely, or am I increasing risk for no good reason? Collect less by default. The less you hold, the less you can lose or misuse. Lesson 2. Design safety practices that clients can see. You can borrow IBM Z's seriousness by making your own practices visible, for example, giving handwritten receipts or digital screenshots for money handled, sending proof photos when you pay a bill or deliver goods on someone's behalf, using a simple ledger book with clear dates, amounts, and names that clients can inspect. Tell customers how you protect their interests. Do not just assume they notice. Lesson 3. Separate your own money and client money clearly. Even if you only hold small sums, do not mix them. Separate envelopes or boxes for client funds. A distinct bank account or mobile wallet for business transactions if possible. A clear rule for how and when you take your own fees. IBM Z separates workloads securely. You separate finances and records. That is what builds trust. Comparison with other companies, payment apps, microfinance groups, and credit unions know this. One scandal can undermine years of trust. Some fail by being casual with rules. Others succeed by acting like small IBM Z systems. Disciplined, transparent, predictable. If you have ever been cheated or confused by a financial or health service, you already know how valuable it is when someone treats your data, money, and dignity with care. Build the kind of service you wish you had encountered. Principle 6. Build for long-term relationships, not one-time wins explanation. Organizations do not buy an IBM Z mainframe for a weekend project. They invest for many years. IBM builds its business around multi-year service agreements, gradual upgrades, stable, ongoing support, evolving with the client's needs. The relationship is as important as the machine. At your scale, a long-term relationship could be a family you shop for every week, a group whose documents you help with every month, neighbors who always call you for specific repairs or support, an online group that relies on your weekly posts or Q&A sessions. Forking years, not days, changes how you design. Your pricing, your workload, your communication, your promises. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake: chasing quick cash at the cost of reputation. It is tempting, especially when money is tight, to overpromise and underdeliver, add mysterious fees, neglect follow-up after the first sale. You might earn a little more once, but you lose the chance to benefit from ongoing, reliable engagements. Second mistake: building offers that do not repeat naturally. Some products or services solve a single event with no follow-up. A one-time party decoration, a one-off consultation with no check-ins, a random seasonal item. That can work, but it means you must keep finding new customers. Third mistake: failing to grow with your users. Users' needs evolve. Children grow, jobs change, health shifts. If you never ask how their situation has changed, you may keep offering something that no longer fits. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Choose problems that come back regularly. At least some of your ideas should attach to rhythms like daily meals, weekly transport or cleaning, monthly bills or benefits, seasonal school or tax cycles. Those built-in rhythms are your opportunity for repeating value. Lesson 2. Design offers you can sustain again and again. Do not make each interaction so cheap or so labor-intensive that you burn out or resent clients. Find a structure where you can deliver without exhaustion. They can pay without stretching. Both sides feel the relationship is fair over time. IBM Z systems are expensive, but clients see value over years. Your pricing can be modest, but still respectful of your time and effort. Lesson 3. Keep a simple relationship log and check in periodically. This can be a paper notebook or a spreadsheet with name or nickname, what you did for them, when notes about follow-up timing. Then, before key moments, like school terms, benefits days, holidays, send a short, helpful check-in, not spam. An honest, "Are you okay on X? Do you need help with Y?" This turns one-time buyers into long-term partners. Comparison with other companies' barbers, local grocers, bus drivers, and community nurses understand this instinctively. They are not trying to close a deal. They are building a place in people's lives. Some digital startups get distracted by viral growth charts and forget that quiet, steady relationships often pay the bills. IBM's mainframe business is proof. Not trendy, but enduring, bringing part two together. In this second part, IBM Z's world gave us 3 more principles. Think in terms of shared infrastructure, not one-off gadgets. Treat security and trust as core features, not add-ons. Build for long-term relationships, not one-time wins. Together with the first 3, from part 1, You now have 6 powerful lenses. Mission-critical problems, worst day design, respect for legacy, shared systems, deep trust and relationship thinking. You can apply all of these without advanced technology. A shared errand route is infrastructure. Clear receipts. Separate envelopes are security. A family you serve every week is a long-term client. In the final part, we will complete the 8 principles set by looking at how to communicate your mainframe mindset simply so that non-technical people understand and appreciate it. How to turn all 8 principles into a small, step-by-step playbook, plus concrete microservice ideas you could start testing this month. If this series is helping you see that even huge, invisible IBM Z systems can teach you how to build small, resilient, winnable ideas, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you do not miss Part 3 and the practical tools that will come with it. Part 3 Overview and Bridge. IBM Z mainframes have already helped us uncover 6 grounded principles. Start with mission-critical problems, not shiny features. Design for the worst day, not the best demo. Honor legacy, while layering in new value. Think in terms of shared infrastructure, not for one-off gadgets. Treat security and trust as core features, not add-ins. Build for long-term relationships, not one-time wins. In this final part, we add the last 2 principles. Communicate your mainframe mindset in simple, human language. Build a small but disciplined operating system for your idea. Then we turn all 8 into a compact playbook and work through a few micro-business examples that someone unemployed, underemployed, or on social security could realistically start. Principle 7. Communicate your mainframe mindset in simple, human language. Explanation. IBM Z is deeply technical, but its real value is emotional and practical. Your money will be there when you check, your card will work at the store, your flight will be booked correctly. End users seldom hear about throughput, uptime, or encryption. They care about always works and always safe. As a small founder or side hustler, you might be tempted to talk about your tools, your apps, your clever process. Your users, especially if they are stressed or on limited income, care more about what problem you solve, how reliable you are, how safe they feel with you. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake, hiding behind jargon. People say things like AI-powered, enterprise-grade, blockchain, without explaining what that does for the customer. It sounds impressive, but does not build trust. Second mistake, promising everything in vague terms. We empower people, or we revolutionize finance, means very little on a bad day when a bill is due. Vague claims blur your value. Third mistake, downplaying reliability and safety in your messaging. Some ventures highlight nice-to-have features while burying the really important assurances, like we keep clear records, or we always confirm payments. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Translate your strengths into everyday phrases. For example, instead of high availability, say, we do not miss deadlines. Instead of secure processing, say, we keep your money and information private and documented. Instead of backward compatible, say we work with your current notebook or system. You do not have to start over. Lesson 2. Repeat your key assurances. IBM Z exists because clients believe this will not go down when we need it. You can echo that with lines like, we always give a receipt. We always answer within 1 day. We confirm every payment we process for you. Make those visible on flyers, pages, and messages. Lesson 3. Use stories, not buzzwords. Tell small stories. Last month, 3 neighbors trusted us to pay their bills. Each received a photo of the paid receipt within an hour. We have helped families submit school forms on time for 3 years. No missed deadlines. Stories show your mainframe mindset better than fancy technical language. Comparison with other companies. Consumer tech companies often market features. Banks and utilities market reliability. Mainframes live closer to the second group. If your customers feel fragile, copy that tone. Careful, steady, specific. Principle 8. Build a small but disciplined operating system for your idea. Explanation. IBM Z is not just hardware. It is hardware plus operating systems, monitoring, procedures, and trained people. That entire stack keeps critical workloads running. At your scale, your operating system is your way of working. How you handle requests, how you store information, how you schedule tasks, how you respond when things go wrong. You do not need complex software. You do need simple, written, repeatable routines. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake: keeping everything in your head. When processes are not written down, they change randomly, quality varies, and you cannot easily get help. Second mistake: mixing tasks and records chaotically. One phone for everything, one notebook for everything. No separation between personal and client matters. Mistakes and lost information follow. Third mistake: never reviewing how the system is working. Some founders are always busy, but never stop to ask, which parts break most? What can I simplify? Where can I add a checklist? Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Write down your core workflows in plain steps. For example, how a new client contacts you, how you confirm a request, how you perform the service, how you document completion and get paid. Number the steps. Keep each list short enough to fit on one page. This becomes your mini operating manual. Lesson 2. Separate tools and spaces by function. Even with simple tools, you can have one notebook only for client records and payments. Use specific folders or boxes for in-progress versus completed work. Set times of day dedicated to specific tasks like communication, deliveries, accounting. These small separations mirror how IBM Z separates workloads. Lesson 3. Schedule a regular operations review. Once a week, ask yourself, what went wrong or felt heavy? What worked smoothly? What tiny changes that could reduce errors or stress? Then update your written steps accordingly. This is your personal version of system maintenance. Comparison with other companies. Franchises like fast food chains succeed because they have simple, replicable operating systems. Checklists, standard layouts, clear steps. You can adopt that mindset in miniature, even if your franchise is just you plus maybe one helper. A compact mainframe-inspired ideation playbook. Now we have 8 principles. Here is a simple sequence you can follow. Step 1. Choose the right problem. Look for small, specific, mission-critical jobs in your community. Bills, forms, appointments, medications, food, safety. Write one sentence. I help who avoid bad outcome by simple service or product. Step 2. Design for the worst day. Test your idea in your imagination and the user is tired, your internet is weak, weather is bad, money is tight. Add manual backups and clear fallbacks. Step 3. Respect what already works. Map current tools and habits. Notebooks, shops, calls, chats. Design ways to improve them without forcing a full restart. Step 4. Think shared, not solo. Ask, can I serve several people along the same route or using the same system? Design your service as a rail or hub that many can use. Step 5. Make trust and safety explicit. Collect minimal data. Use receipts, logs, and confirmations. Explain your safety practices simply. Step 6. Aim for years, not days. Attach your idea to recurring rhythms, weeks, months, seasons. Choose pricing and workload you can sustain. Keep a list of clients and check in thoughtfully. Step 7. Speak human, not tech. Replace jargon with everyday phrases and small true stories. Repeat your core assurances, what you always do and what you never do. Step 8. Run your mini operating system. Document your key processes. Separate spaces and tools. Review and refine weekly. Micro case studies. Mainframe thinking at street level. Case 1. Neighborhood bill and form helper. Context. In many communities, people struggle with reading complex bills, paying them on time, filling out online or paper forms correctly. Idea: a trusted neighbor service that explains bills in simple language, helps schedule and execute payments on time, fills and checks forms with clients. Applying the 8 principles, mission critical. Avoiding missed payments, penalties, and lost benefits, worst day. Assume clients are stressed near deadlines. Design calm, step-by-step sessions. Legacy. Keep using their paper bills and notebooks, but add clear checklists and reminders. Shared infrastructure. Schedule group sessions at a community center on key days. Security. Clear records, receipts, and strict confidentiality about finances. Long-term. Serve the same families each month. Know their cycles. Simple language. Remake sure your bills and forms are handled correctly and on time. Operating system. Written intake process. Standard form check routine. Logbook. Case 2. Micro. Transaction mainframe for street vendors. Context. Street vendors often handle cash loosely, lose track of debts and credits, struggle with inventory visibility. Idea: a simple service that provides structured paper record books, visits vendors weekly to help reconcile sales, debts, and inventory. Optionally digitizes records via photos for backup. Applying the 8 principles. Mission critical, knowing who owes what and how much stock is left worst to doesn't for busy market days us with noise and interruptions. Legacy. Work with their current cash and notebooks. Add structure, not replacement, shared infrastructure. One person serving many stalls. Security. Careful handling of sensitive financial info. No public exposure. Long-term weekly visits. Growing understanding of each business. Simple language. We help you always know your money and stock, without changing how you sell. Operating system. Standard visit checklist. Same notebook. Layout for all clients. Case 3. Immunity health reminder and coordination service. CAC. People miss clinic visits, medicine refills, and checkups because they forget dates. They misunderstand instructions. Transport is tricky. Idea: a low-tech service that records appointment dates in a shared ledger and on client cards, sends SMS or WhatsApp reminders ahead of time, optionally coordinates shared transport on clinic days. Applying the 8 principles. Mission critical, showing up for health appointments on time, worst day. Design reminders to be short, clear, and tolerant of phone issues. Legacy. Honor existing clinic cards, add duplication and clarity. Shared infrastructure. Shared rides, group schedules displayed at a familiar spot. Security. Keep health info private. Focus messages on dates and logistics. Long-term, ongoing relationships with the same patients. And clinics. Simple language. We help you remember appointments and get there together. Operating system. Clear schedule. Simple message templates. Transport checklists. None of these require advanced tech. They require attention, respect, and consistency, the same qualities that make IBM Z valuable at global scale. Final synthesis and encouragement. IBM Z mainframes may seem far from your life. They sit in secured rooms, are managed by trained engineers, and support institutions with budgets you cannot imagine. Yet the principles that make them essential are deeply human and surprisingly portable. Focus on what must not fail, prepare for bad days, respect what people already know and trust, share infrastructure where you can, take security and trust seriously, think in years, not days, explain yourself simply and run your work like a small, disciplined system. If you are unemployed, underemployed, or living on social security, you already know what it feels like when systems fail you. Delayed payments, confusing forms, broken promises. That experience equips you to build small systems that do not fail others in the same way. Next step. Pick one mission-critical problem you see around you. Write a one-sentence promise about how you could improve it for a small group. Then, sketch a worst-day-proof version. Decide how you will respect existing tools. Set up a tiny logbook and receipt system, and run a one-week pilot with 1 or 2 people. Treat whatever happens as information, not as a verdict on you. If this 3-part IBM Z story helped you see that even giant mainframes can inspire small, winnable ideas, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You will get future series, simple templates, and real examples of people like you turning careful, resilient thinking into practical income and community value.